Well, the new darling of Wall Street may be exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. Investors plowed money into these investment vehicles, which saw their biggest quarter for inflows ever. Bob Pisani has the details.
The first quarter is in the books, and it's been a solid one overall, with the S&P up about 5%. But the bigger story is money continuing to flow into stocks. ETFs have had their biggest quarter ever, with $135 billion in inflows. Investors wanted stocks from all over the world. That's the story for the first quarter. Nearly half of the inflows were into U.S. equities, but international funds also had strong inflows, particularly into Europe and into emerging markets. The big ETF winners were just plain vanilla S&P 500 index funds like the SPY, but we also saw emerging market ETFs and European ETFs do well, as I mentioned. Now, there weren't a lot of losers, but high-yield ETFs like the HYG saw significant outflows, about $1 billion in that particular fund. That's about 5% of the assets under management. What's going on? This is all about confidence. Confidence in the economy. Consumer confidence, for example, is at the highest level since 2000. I know some skeptics have noted that the harder economic numbers have not seen the big jump this quarter that sentiment indicators like consumer sentiment have seen, but confidence is still high in the economy. Then we have confidence in earnings. First quarter earnings are tracking up roughly 10%. This would be the best showing in nearly 6 years. And finally, confidence in the Trump agenda of lower taxes, infrastructure spending, and fewer regulations. Now, the rest of the year will be about the tension among those three factors. Can these incredible flows into the market continue? Well, it's pretty clear the Trump agenda can influence fund flows. For example, the third week in March, that was the first negative week since the election. And that was the week that the House failed on its Obamacare repeal bill. So the Trump agenda definitely influences sentiment and flows. For Nightly Business Report, I'm Bob Pisani at the New York Stock Exchange.